One moto remained in the 2012 Motocross Simulator of Nations in Lommel, Belgium, brought to you by MotoXL.com, Race Factory Gaming, and EMF. And Australia was absolutely dominating the field after the first two motos with a total score of 10 versus France's 28. And Canada was not too far behind that. All countries still had a drop score to be handed out to the lowest scoring rider of the 6 total scores. The United States all but out of it in 4th place. Still maybe with a shot at the podium though, as they were coming into the final moto with some momentum. Let's see what happened in the races. Final moto of the day from the Motocross Simulator of Nations in Lommel, Belgium got underway. The MX1, MX Open, or MX3 riders got off the line, and it was South Africa's Will Stockland grabbing the whole shot, but then Swedish rider Kalle Midbeck takes the lead out of the second corner. Neither one of them would stay up front very long at all, as across the line coming to the end of the first lap, only about 3 corners later, it was James Andrew of New Zealand leading the race away from the likes of Matt James, Toby Stocks, and Logan DePatty. Then James Andrew went down, which handed Matt James the lead very momentarily, as he had EMF European champion Logan DePatty all over him. And as you see here, DePatty made quick work of him passing for the lead and beginning to take off. The Netherlands had Bart Heuveling up front early on in this moto as well, as he was riding well. But DePatty just started gapping the field, and the European champion was looking very well for France, trying to pull France back closer to Australia. Frederik van Eekhoven goes down right here, but that puts Roy Mitchell up inside of the top 5, as Roy had won the second moto on the day. He was looking to pick up another moto win, possibly get America on the podium. Kevin Lalonde looking strong for France inside of the top 10, as France wanted to stay on that podium as well. Mitchell gets around Andrew for 4th here, and pulled away from them a little bit. Toby Stocks was in 5th for a little while, but steadily worked his way forward as he was doing pretty well. Brady Stanley was struggling though. He would end up coming home in the 15th place position, and that would be Australia's throwaway score. So that was that for them. But Logan DePatty was just checking out at the front of the field on a whole new level for at least the first half of the moto. It changed in the second half. James goes down. Toby Stocks gets into 2nd place, but had a long ways to go to get to Logan DePatty. Mikkel Hjorth for Denmark was in 3rd for a while, riding pretty strong. Here's Stephen Barrington sneaking up into the top 15 for America, their MX1 rider. He was moving forward and would actually get inside of the top 10. This is James going down, and Mitchell can't avoid him, so they get collected together. And then this is Stocks after going down, getting around Hjorth for the 2nd place position, but he had 30+ seconds to make up on Logan DePatty, and it looked like DePatty had it in the bag until he started making a bunch of mistakes like the one you just saw there. And then a big moment right here as he almost goes down, saves it, has to back the bike up, and then immediately gets back on the gas, already losing tons and tons of time to Toby Stocks. And then this scenario right here where he hits a lapper, goes down, and slowly but surely picks it up, and when he picks it up, he turns the bike, and Stocksy can't avoid him, so Stocks gets into him. That's Van Eekhoven, who they were lapping, that also gets into them. DePatty would eventually get up right ahead of Stocks, and the battle was on between these two as the gap went from 30 seconds to 0 in about 10 minutes, and then it finally became unraveled for DePatty when he swaps and gets into a lapper, and that allowed Toby Stocks by. After a 30-second gap, he comes all the way through to take the lead for Australia, and would never look back. Here's a crash right here. That's the 10th place rider, and that allowed Stephen Barrington to get by into the top 10 for the United States. Definitely a much better second moto for the MX1 rider. DePatty tried to get up and repass Stocksy, but it was to no avail as Stocksy just continued to pull away at the front of the field, looking very good on his number 22 Suzuki. For Australia, caught in some lap traffic here right before the finish, but no real issues as he goes across the line, getting into another lapper there, as you see. But Toby Stocks wins the third moto at the MX Simulator of Nations, goes 1-1 on the day for Australia. Just doing an absolutely fabulous job to hopefully bring that title to Australia. And in the end, it definitely worked in their favor. Here's the results for the third moto. Toby Stocks ahead of DePatty for France, Jordan Vanderlee of Canada, Roy Mitchell, Mikkel Hjorth, Frederick Jensen, James Andrew, Kevin Lalong, Bart Waveling, and Stephen Barrington in the top 10. Ruben Kilder, Matt James, Marcus Anderson, Nick Cummings, Brady Stanley, Will Stockland, Frederick Van Eekhoven, Publio Para, Callie Midbeck, and Ivan Afric. And then John Rollins, Fred Heather, Joseph Florenza, Marion Bork, Arnaud Poncelet, Armade Sarsansky, Velston, and Nordli Rogeberg rounding out the top 29. And then here's the overall results. Australia winning it with 11, France 28, Canada 29. USA came home in 4th. Brazil unable to defend their title from last year, finishing in 18th place with only one rider even scoring points. So here's the MX1 individual overall results. Toby Stocks going 1-1. We'll get it. Vanderlee, DePatty, Hjorth, and Kilder in the top 5. MX2 individual overall. Mikey Owen for Australia gets it ahead of Devin Johnson, Linus Manson, Johan Mayer, and Kellen Brower for the United States. MX3 individual overall. Roy Mitchell really came through for the United States on the day, going 1-1 ahead of Jensen, Andrew, Lalong, and Brady Stanley. But Australia, with the likes of Mikey Owen, Brady Stanley, and Toby Stocks, will take the 2012 Motocross Simulator of Nations title back to the Australian nation, and they already are looking forward to next year. Hopefully USA can challenge next year. Great battling all around. And that's it for the Motocross Simulator of Nations.
For daily motocross pro and am coverage, be sure to log on to vurbmoto.com, and if you like us, prove it.